Does this man have no shame?
Dude.
Is he not easy money Mayweather now?
Get that money.
Yeah, get that money.
He'll pick up either 15, 20 mil.
He was a highly respected champion.
Still
He
is.
dominated the sport.
Yes.
Greatest defensive fighter ever. And you're going to stoop to this?
Yep.
Netflix has given Mayweather some financial advances, and we're talking millions of dollars. I don't know exactly, but when I threw out a figure, they said it's even higher than what I threw out. I threw out multiple millions of dollars. That Netflix has provided some money. That Floyd apparently has taken the contracts that he's had and has gone to a lender and said, look, I'm going to be earning all of this money. Here's the signed contract proving so. And then that the lender has given him some cash up front based on that as well. So he's basically taken these numerous advances on the earnings that he's going to take. And
it's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance.
I mean, whether you're flying on private jets or you're staying at first class hotels or you're, buying expensive jewelry and cars and bags and you name it.
Reports claim that Netflix is preparing legal action against Floyd Mayweather Jr. after he allegedly pulled out of the planned fight with Manny Pacquiao. Journalist Lance Pugmire stated that Floyd had already received millions of dollars in advance payments and suggested that backing away from the agreement at this stage could expose him to serious legal consequences.
Numerous advances on the earnings that he's going to take. And look, as we look at this situation, guys, it strikes me that we know how precious Floyd's O is on his record. He's 50-0, unbelievable career. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished. But he's also, it appears to be in financial straits. And the two great loves of his life, money and that zero, are conflicting with each other right now. And he's in a pickle. He's in dire straits, so to speak. And how this exactly is going to play out, you would imagine that Floyd Mayweather will come to his senses and say, look, I have no choice but to participate in this fight. I've got to be at my best and win this fight to keep that O going.
The Fight Hype account responded by posting that the fight was no longer happening and claimed to have evidence supporting that position, but said the information would not be released until later because they did not want anyone thinking the situation was a joke. The post also questioned why Ian was calling them and suggested he should instead contact the person they accused of misleading him. The message implied that more details would be revealed at the right time. Wade Plemons also commented on the situation, saying that the Daisy and Logan Paul cases showed what can happen in similar disputes, and argued that if Floyd attempted to mislead Netflix in the same way, he could end up facing serious legal consequences.
Demanded that they pay him some insane amount of money or he wasn't going to fight Deji while he was at the venue. And they wanted to change gloves and do all this stuff. And I think they actually did it. They paid Floyd to do it. And I've seen this with a bunch of his exhibitions. And obviously we know about the Logan Paul situation, how Floyd shopped his fight to a different company after essentially scamming royalty like Prince whoever in Dubai and stole his money. This is insane. Now he's trying to do it to Netflix. Oh yeah, he's 100% about to get sued because Team Pacquiao says Floyd Mayweather signed 3 contractual agreements for a professional fight against Pacquiao. 3 separate agreements. They also claim Floyd Mayweather has been paid for signing these 3 agreements and has also taken out a cash advance payment on his purse for the fight. They also say Floyd Mayweather is officially in breach of contract for publicly stating this fight is...
According to Smokeboxing on X, Manny Pacquiao warned that Floyd Mayweather could face serious problems involving Netflix promoters and sponsors if he attempts to walk away from their signed September rematch agreement. The statement suggests that tensions surrounding the contract continue to grow and that backing out could bring significant consequences. Teddy Atlas also shared his opinion, saying that Floyd Mayweather's gambling habits together with years of excessive spending gradually reduced a large portion of the fortune he had built.
Body's, misery. So, as I said earlier, so I don't like that, but I understand the world out there, and I understand putting yourself in that position. If he put himself in that position, some people will say, he's suing now because of his gambling habits, which was not hidden. It was not a secret. He would post, not Teddy Atlas talking about anything that wasn't out there. He would post some of his tickets, his betting tickets that he bet, and they were large bets. And so some people say, oh yeah, like you said, he was Mayweather, Money Mayweather, and now he's suing because he went through his money, he blew his money, whatever. Look, I don't know what the truth is fully in there. I know Stephen Espinoza was named. He ran Showtime at the...
Joe Rogan pointed out that Floyd Mayweather Jr. remained the biggest name in boxing for well over a decade, but believes poor financial choices and a failure to adapt eventually created money problems that could have been avoided. Rogan said Floyd spends money as if it never runs out despite earning more than almost any boxer in history. He also referred to reports involving lawsuits, unpaid financial obligations, and growing debts, suggesting those issues may be one reason Floyd continues returning to the ring after retirement. Tasha K also shared the view that even though Mayweather appears incredibly wealthy from the outside, massive earnings do not always mean lasting financial stability, because hidden expenses, debts, and other obligations can significantly affect a person's overall financial position.
You see somebody like Floyd Mayweather, that's the oldest in the book, y'all. Y'all know. When y'all see somebody flogging money everywhere, they got this, they got that, they got this. Was it Gervonta Davis? Tank told us 2 years ago that the reason they held Floyd Mayweather, you can put it back on the screen, captain, in Dubai is because he had owed them money and they wouldn't release him until he announced the fight to give him their money back. You know they do that over there in Dubai, right? You ain't going nowhere if you owe a debt. He was trapped over there for almost 2 months, according to Gervonta. They shared the same manager, Al Layman, who collected money in cash because Floyd Mayweather gave him a power of attorney to do so. And so when Floyd went down there and sued Showtime, he's suing Showtime, the company, the network, that publicizes these.
Analyst Fannin explained that the controversy truly started when Floyd Mayweather Jr. accepted an advance payment from Manny Pacquiao's team. In his view, that payment was not just a sign of interest or a standard deposit, but a clear indication that Mayweather had agreed to take part in an official professional fight. Once the money was accepted, the expectation was that the bout would go ahead as a legitimate contest. Fannin also argued that any questions about whether the fight should be treated as official became Mayweather's responsibility only after he had already taken the advance payment.
According to Manny Pacquiao's people, took an advance, right, which is money, against the fight with Manny. Watch this. He took an advance in that fight. He said, okay, I'll fight Manny, but I need an advance. After he got the advance, to my understanding, there then became an issue of whether or not the fight between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd would be an exhibition or whether it would be a real fight. Now, let me tell you why there's a value in that for Manny Pacquiao. Because Manny Pacquiao wants to get his get back in the ring, a real fight with Floyd. He also, for Floyd, what's at risk is his undefeated record, because Manny Pacquiao has been a relatively active fighter, more active than Floyd has against actual world-class fighters. That's not what Floyd's been doing. Now, after the deal is done, now there's a debate between, or an issue about whether it's going to be an exhibition or whether it is going to be a real.
Before that point, both sides were believed to be in full agreement about the type of event they were planning. Once doubts began to emerge over whether the contest would remain an official fight, the responsibility no longer fell on Pacquiao's team, because they had already honored their commitment by providing the agreed financial guarantee. Fannin went on to explain that this created a serious issue for Pacquiao, since he entered the deal expecting everything that comes with a sanctioned professional bout, including official recognition, financial rewards, and the competitive importance of the matchup. If those expectations are no longer fulfilled, then Pacquiao's side would lose the benefits they originally agreed to receive, making the matter a significant contractual dispute.
He's bringing this up. At least that is the contention of Manny Pacquiao. He only brought that issue up after he got the advance. So if he got an advance, he put money in his pocket that he needed in his pocket. And then after that, he's going to switch up and say, no, I don't want to have an exhibition. I don't want to have a real fight. I want to have an exhibition. And as a result, he's depriving Manny Pacquiao of the benefit of the bargain that Manny gave him when he got that advance. because the advance is there because Manny agreed, assuming that it was going to be a real fight and not an exhibition, because there's no reason between these two guys to have an exhibition for 3 rounds and waste a bunch of people's money where there's nothing on the line, which means Manny can't get his get back and Floyd keeps his 50-0. So it looks like Floyd's trying to get slick and switch it up. And at the same time, Floyd did something.
Businessman 50 Cent claimed he had seen this situation coming years ago and warned that Floyd Mayweather Jr. could eventually face financial problems because of his spending habits. He said it was not a random prediction, but something he believed was obvious from the way Floyd was living at the time. According to 50 Cent, the constant spending on luxury items, an extravagant lifestyle, and expensive habits would gradually reduce his fortune regardless of how much money he continued to make. He also stressed that earning huge amounts of money does not guarantee lasting financial security if it is not managed wisely. In his opinion, Floyd's habit of making money quickly and spending it just as fast would eventually catch up with him.
50 Cent literally said this 6 years ago, and I'm gonna play it for you. 6 years ago. So 6 years ago, this is what 50 Cent said, and it's kind of hard to argue with him. Roll the clip.
So, like, we got issues over anger. He's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah. That's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
All that money?
Yeah, it took been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, if you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
The conversation also pointed out that many people dismissed 50 Cent's remarks as simple hate, but he maintained that his comments were based on financial reality rather than personal attacks. He argued that even someone like Floyd Mayweather Jr., despite being one of the highest earning boxers in history, could still face problems if his expenses continued to grow without limits. He also suggested that a lifestyle centered on luxury public image and constant entertainment demands can keep pushing a person to find new ways of making money. In his opinion, wealth is valuable only when it is managed carefully, because without proper financial discipline, even earnings worth billions can gradually disappear over time.
You think Floyd coming back to the ring? He said this 6 years ago. 50 said, I think he got to because the money gone. And then the host is like, what? How did he make $1 billion basically and the money is gone? How is the money gone? And 50 was like, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to go into depth about it. But with that lifestyle that he living, that flashy stuff, he'll be eager to do club hosting and get cashed out.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah. That's what you think. It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
Fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
What you think? It's fight, get the money, spend the money, fight.
Fight, get the money, spend the money,